Last year at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, Nigeria didn't make it that far. That was a big surprise for a lot of people after they made it to the Olympics in 2012. See Malay and Joy, and there's Nigeria. So they are here to set the record straight. They're going after their first AfroBasket. Today the referees, Miguel Perez from Spain, Mathurin Ngonson from Cote d'Ivoire, and Sameh Estefanos of Egypt. So as the rosters pop up on the screen here, we're going to highlight some players who have been good in this tournament and people that Nigeria, for example, will need to step up today. Benuzo and Michael Ume have logged the minutes at point guard. Ike Diogu, number 6. There was talk today that he might actually play, but he's been injured for the whole tournament. And he's not going to be out there. Al Farouk Aminu, number 7. His brother, number 14, Aladi Aminu, as well as Chamberlain Aguche, number 9. All of these guys are important for Nigeria. I mean, let's face it, everybody in the Nigeria uniform is important today. Shane Lawwell as well starts at center. So both the Aminu brothers, Chamberlain Aguche and Michael Ume, are in the starting 5, and that hasn't changed for the entire tournament. For Senegal and some of their crazy wild fans, they're going to be cheering on this group of players. Number 14 obviously stands out, Gorgui Dieng. Mohamed Faye, number 11, was sent home earlier in the tournament following a disagreement. Antoine Mendy, number 8, has been crucial for this team. And Zani Dalmeida played extremely well in their quarterfinal. So the starting 5 will be Dalmeida at the point, Enjoy the veteran, the 35-year-old shooting guard, Mendy, Mudge, and Dieng. So Lloyd, really, I mean, we've seen all of their games, and we both agree that this is going to be a great game. And are you going to give us a winner now?
Absolutely. We'll have a quick look at this one. So, first of all, both of these players, no surprises, no curveballs in the starting lineup, but this may well be the matchup. I think Nigeria will go with Alade Aminu to guard Gorgui Dieng. I think Alade Aminu, Gorgui Dieng, look at the numbers. They're superhuman right now. 24 points, 12 rebounds. Alade Aminu, his job is to keep Dieng, with average numbers. And what I mean by that is sort of 15 points, 10 rebounds, or something along those numbers. He can't let Dieng have a big game, and it'll be interesting to see which way Coach Voigt is going to go. Whether he goes with Alade Aminu, whether he goes small without Farouk Aminu, perhaps, or whether he goes with Shane Lawwell on the inside. I think the natural matchup is Alade Aminu, and I think Nigeria will be happy with that. You asked me about a winner. I would say right now, my gut is Nigeria have more motivation for this game. This is a Nigerian team which has never won AfroBasket. This is a Nigerian team with a lot of the same players back again after, demolishing the tournament in 2013. They rolled into the knockout stages and then into the quarterfinals. They had Senegal in front of them. Senegal not playing particularly well. It was all set up for a Nigeria-Tunisia semi-final, and Senegal upset the odds, defeating Nigeria 64-63. And on that day, Nigeria just didn't show up. And I think, that unfinished business, the fact that they've never won AfroBasket before, I think that motivation is there for Nigeria.
Well, the fan in me says that Gorgui Dieng cannot be stopped, but it's one of those, the devil is up there and the angel, and they're arguing, and the reasoning, the common sense is telling me that yes, he can be stopped if you put the right players on him. So,
well, I would say he can't be stopped. It's just the level of what he does. That's what I say. I mean,
limited.
Yeah, make no surprise.
Damage limitation.
Absolutely, make no doubt. I think Gorgui Dieng's going double-double yet again. He's had double-double in every game, but there's a difference between the ridiculous numbers he's been putting up against some, not high level, not elite level front lines, and then going against this Nigerian team.
But if the tournament were over today, he would be the MVP of the tournament.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I agree. Malfunction for Antoine Mendy. Needs to get some additional tape. I'm not sure why.
These guys get this stuff sorted out before the game, boys. Let's make sure that all the shirts are tucked in as well. We've seen varying degrees of enforcement.
They don't like the written pattern, perhaps, on the bandage. I mean, this game, the individual matchups are so fascinating to watch. You know, you've got the inside play of Mbodj and Dieng versus Alade Aminu and Luau, the shooters, the point guards, everything.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Tunisia. It is the first semifinal of the day here at AfroBasket 2015, and winning the opening tip is Senegal.
And I got it wrong. It's Luau to guard Dieng. He pushes him out of bounds on the first possession. So here it is, this first time. This is the matchup to watch.
And that just goes to show how some coaches think differently.
Yeah.
Inside it goes, and already Senegal attacking the rim. And it was Mendy, instead of being outside, he got inside. Now here is Ume. And he doesn't wait around. He puts up a three. Dalmeida now. Almost lost the ball. Got it back. And Mbodj gets inside, misses. And again, and this time, it's you-know-who. It's Gorgui Dieng.
And that's why we said he's the MVP, even with the front line Nigeria. Round one to Dieng. He's going to guard Luau as well. Luau's got to be a factor. He's got to try and get on the glass, put pressure on Dieng. He has to play defense. He can't let him have a free ride on this end of the floor.
Al-Farouq Aminu, and he loses it, and they're going to have a shot clock violation. So that turns it back over, so not a good start here for Nigeria.
And a Nigerian team which looks so free-flowing offensively up until this point. You know, first couple of offenses, they look a little tight. They look as though they're going to question where they're going to get points from.
Gorgui Dieng puts up another one, and so I think Nigeria will live with that.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's going to take a one dribble pull up, that's almost the best you can get. This is where Luau's got to be a factor. He's got to try and put the pressure on.
Luau gets inside and banks it in. So the man who's agreed terms with Barcelona is going to play for the European Giants this coming season. Shows why he's been able to get that big contract. Now,
I mean, it's as unusual for Senegal to go to Dieng so much so early. You know, traditionally what we've seen up until this point is everybody else gets involved. You know, they don't really use him in the first quarter, especially. You know, really, he's been a second half player. If they continue to feed him like this, he could have some big numbers.
He also senses the occasion, really, doesn't he? He needs to go to work and set the tone. He misses, but there was Mendy. And Mendy is coming in to help out inside.
Yeah, breakdown from Ume. They switched on defense, Nigeria. Ume against the bigger Mendy. He had to try and box him out.
Noguchi. And Lawal crashes the boards, but it's Malay Enjoy the rebound. Gives it back to Dalmeida. And alley-oop from Mbodj. And he was fouled by Alade Aminu.
Too slow right now for Nigeria. I think they got to try and open this game up. We've said, you know, for those of you who haven't seen, Senegal like to play a slow tempo. They like to feed Dieng. They like to go to the inside. They don't run unless they're sure they're going to get points. You know, and for Nigeria, they are better in an open game. So I would want them to be running, to be taking quick shots, and to make this an up and down game.
Mbodj makes the first. And clearly an area where should be considered an area of strength for Senegal is their option, their long list of options at center. And we've got Mbodj, we've got Ibrahim Thomas that can come off the bench. Baji. So it's good to get for them to get their pivot. And there you go. They had the wrong score there now. 6-2. That's correct. Gucci hasn't had a look yet.
But it was off the dribble. This is what I'm talking about. It's slow, you know, for Nigeria. There are a lot of guys standing around. Yeah, exactly. The tempo suits Senegal right now. Nigeria have to try and change that.
Well, Lawal from the line, and just as just as Nigeria will settle for Jing shooting that jump shot. I'm pretty sure that Senegal, just as Nigeria will settle for Jing shooting the jump shot, I'm sure that Senegal will settle for Lawal shooting the jumper. Aminu, it's inside, and that looked like he was forcing it a little, but draws the foul.
You know, Alade Aminu is a really interesting one. He comes into the game with decent numbers, obviously, with the player that he is. 12.5 points, 5 rebounds a game. You know, he's been very good apart from the game against Tunisia, where he really, I mean, did not live up to his reputation at all. I think he'll come into this game as well, you know, looking to prove a point. He's going to draw a foul against Mendy, a quick one. It's not Mendy, it's Enjoy on that far side, his second. But I think Al Farouk, you know, he's the changer for Nigeria. He can rebound and push it on the break. He can create off the dribble. He can do a bit of everything. You know, and when he doesn't play very well, Nigeria don't play very well.
Alley-oop pass, and Al Farouk couldn't get it to dunk it, but he controlled it and very carefully laid it over the rim. I'd say it's imperative for Nigeria to get him in the flow early.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now Dalmeida gets down the line, and a foul called on Nigeria. So Ume picks up his first foul. Dalmeida. Each team has 3 team fouls. Good hands from Aguchi.
Nigeria well prepared on the out-of-bounds play. Watch the way that they switch from the player guarding the man who's passing it in. He'll switch onto the Senegalese player that's trying to receive the ball. So they're going to make it really difficult for Senegal just to inbound the ball, let alone get a score. Take the fake if you're guarding Jeng in this situation. He loves to get you in the air.
They get it back to Jeng, and offensive foul called against Senegal late in the shot clock, and it was the lifting of the elbow was a signal from Perez, the Spanish referee.
Very good defense on that sequence from Nigeria. Luau didn't take the fake at all, did he? It's in the low post, right?
Good call. Yeah. He fouled Aminu. Budge. Now Aminu passes that. That's not going to be his first choice. He'd rather be right there. He puts it up, and the rim isn't kind to him. Now Dalmeida looks up the floor. Jeng. Oh, and traveling was the call on Gorgie Jeng.
Fake. When you go in the same direction, it's very difficult indeed to get the ball down before you lift the pivot foot. Again, I think Nigeria have got to try and go quickly, something direct, without a lot of movement offensively.
Kind of a slow start to the game here. Both teams filling each other out. Ume gets inside, brings it back. Aguchi gets his first look at the basket, and he had the big hands of Mendy in his face. Aguchi got back on defense because Mendy was looking to get out on the break.
Versatility of Nigeria. Look at Al Farouk Aminu guarding the point guard, guarding Dalmeida.
Dalmeida puts up a 3, and he hits it.
The question mark on him is the three-point shooting, isn't it? Just 22%, but he made a couple of big ones in the quarterfinal.
He comes into it with confidence. Yep. Now it's Al Farouk's turn.
Pretty much one-on-one.
Very poor start offensively for Nigeria. Umeg misses. Chang with the rebound. Now Dalmeida brings it up and puts it up off the glass and in. And right now, there's not a more confident player out there. It's Dalmeida. He's carried the form over from the quarterfinal win. And he's looking pretty good. Look at the release. He really piled on the agony for Algeria. Dalmeida was good in that game. Timeout.
They've been standing in the paint, so Farouk, you might have a chance to turn the corner. If not, there's the ducking and out of the category. Okay? Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Defense, 1, 2, 3. If you hold.
You're right about Dalmeida, Jeff. That quarterfinal game you referred to, 15 points, 6 of 9 from the field. He was 3 of 6 from the three-point range. He isn't a great three-point shooter, but he has stepped up as this tournament has gone on. And again, an impressive start for him here in this one.
Well, that was a huge disparity. You saw in the graphic the rebounds. 9 rebounds for Senegal, 3 for Nigeria.
It's also been helped by the fact that Nigeria have missed a lot of shots. Senegal haven't at this moment in time.
So Shane Lawwell goes right up against Jang, passes outside to Ogidi, who's come in, and Uzo, who's come in as well. The backup guard, point guard, Ogidi again.
And that's why he's on the floor, to open up the offense, to increase the spacing.
Enjoy. Well, that was on line, but long.
Yeah, this
now,
is Nigeria's opportunity to run here. They've got to go quick.
Farouk is going to put up a 3. Count it!
Yeah, I mean, not even the best shot from Farouk really out of transition, but I think just shooting it quick is going to help Nigeria here. They have to open the game, or the tempo just suits Senegal too much.
Bennett just going to come in for Nigeria. Chang tries his luck from long range.
Yeah, and they're going to push here. Uzo's got to go. Is that his second? No. First.
So Gucci comes out and Benedict comes in.
At the stage of this tournament, Benajat, the man from Syracuse University, has really been outplaying Chamberlain Aguchi, who started so well in this tournament. Aguchi, I think, oh sorry, yeah, Aguchi, it was the second game, wasn't it? We
35.
had 30 points in 20 minutes. Very impressive, but almost since that point, he's kind of cooled off a little. Benajat's having more and more of an influence as the game goes on.
Benedict looked good. Free throw is good. And he gets it back to 11-9.
Just gives the opportunity for them to press a little, try and raise the tempo of the game if they can.
Now Dalmeida, who's been terrific so far, gives it back to Chang, and good help on him as he got closer to the basket.
Ogidi guarded Jeng on that one. We'll check and see whether that was just that situation. Yeah, they switched back now. Luau guarded him.
Dalmeida, 5 on the shot clock now. Almeida's going to stop, and he's going to miss a little bit of everything.
Very good defense again, outbounds from Nigeria. Making it difficult for Senegal to get inbounds.
So Senegal had that great start, but all of a sudden, Nigeria can tie it or take the lead. Ninu, entry pass, and it was almost picked off, but Lowell gets it back and gets the and one.
Where did that come from Luau? I was still looking to see if he picked it up, and he's throwing it down. Pick up. It's going to be the second on Bodge.
The Budge comes out, and Bachi comes in, almost replacing like for like.
Yeah, I mean, Bodge is probably the one guy you could. It doesn't matter if he gets in foul trouble on this Senegalese starting lineup.
Well, so Nigeria take the lead here against Senegal, who haven't looked as good on their last few offensive possessions. And now the defense of Nigeria, even the full court, a little bit more full court pressure, is causing problems. And this is where you wonder, do they have enough backcourt help there for Dalmeida? Raj falls down, gets up, Badji rather, and Dalmeida passes back out, and Badji takes the jump shot and gets a little bit of everything, and it goes down.
The defense was right for Nigeria. It's just the offense was slightly better. Badji hitting the jump shot. You'll give him that in the scouting report.
Yeah, he had Mindy open. I thought he was going to pass it. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 2-minute mark coming up. Uzo gets into the lane, puts up a little runner, and the follow by Lawal. And Senegal looking a little vulnerable there.
Well, loves the big occasion, doesn't he?
9 points already
Yeah,
for Lawal.
Loves this matchup against Dieng. He wants to prove.
Menji takes a very difficult shot. I don't know if it's because he was falling out of bounds. Now, Benija back for Nigeria. Drives in the lane, puts it up. And Nigeria on quite a roll. And you wonder if Chekisar might want to think about getting a timeout. His team looks a little bit disoriented.
2 points in just 3 minutes for Senegal right now. And it's that jumper, another steal.
Interception from Al Farouk, and almost committed a backcourt violation. Uzo very cleverly waited for it to bounce after he got across midcourt. Now here's Lawal.
The foul.
Boy, he's
two on Dieng as well.
He is tormenting the Senegal front line right now, Lawal. And they call him the horse. At least I thought that's what they were saying earlier in this tournament. Feed the horse. Timeout. On the floor, called by Senegal. Here's another look at Lawal.
Now, just picking up his second foul is huge for Senegal in this first quarter. Not just because he's such a great player, you know, not just because of the numbers he's had in this tournament, he's a potential MVP, but as well because, you know, this Senegalese lineup doesn't really have anybody else that's a 4 apart from him. I mean, the only possible one is Ibrahima Thomas, who, you know, could shoot the ball from the perimeter. But spacing becomes a real problem without Dieng on the floor. And he's played more minutes than anybody else. The man who leads the tournament in scoring and rebounding has been playing 36 minutes a game. So if they have to take him out early in this one, I mean, it's going to be a problem for Senegal, in my opinion. I think they'll really struggle.
The big is there to clog help if he starts to go by.
Let's go, man. Let's go. Defense. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that's the man right there. Shane Lawal's having his way. And of all the teams that he would come out and really take it to, you wouldn't think Senegal would be it. But it just goes to show the quality of the player. And really, Nigeria were crying out for somebody to step up. They had kind of a tepid start. And Lawal is giving them that spark that they need. Look at that. He is off to a big game today. Big start. The final minute of the opening quarter, Nigeria on a roll, leading it by 5. Jing is going to have to go up. He's deep in the shot clock, and the foul gets him to the free throw line. Still a tough shot that he's attempting.
Yep. I mean, they've gone small with him. Agidi gives up some size. Uzu with a good help. It's Uzu that's good for the foul on the reach. See if we can see it with just the left hand of Uzu coming in there. That's where the threat of Dalmeida hitting the jump shot. You know, previously Uzu, I think, would have gone all the way in. You know, not really with his arms, but with the body as well. Difference is, because Dalmeida's been knocking it down, it gives more space for Jeng to go one-on-one.
So the 2 free throws, get it back to 3. And here comes Nigeria. They want to continue with the momentum here. Uzo, kind of in no man's land, is able to get it to Aminu. And Al-Farouq misses the 3. Now, back to Dalmeida. Over to Mendy. And Dalmeida with the rebound, and Senegal will probably, well, they won't be able to hold it for 1. About a 4-second differential in the game clock and shot clock. And Baji, where was he going? Dalmeida gets it back, he puts it up. Now Al-Farouq in the final 5 seconds, is he aware of how much time is left? He puts up a long air ball and just kind of seemed to forget that they were at the end of the quarter. So Nigeria, nevertheless, they lead it 18-15 over Senegal at the end of 1. So overall, just 1 3 to fall for each team. Very similar at the free throw line. Really the key is going to be the adjustments. 1 turnover for Nigeria, the adjustments that maybe Chekisar needs to make. He needs to find a way to get everybody into the game, not just rely too much on Jeng. Really, Mendy hasn't been a factor. LA Enjoy hasn't been a factor. The only player shooting well from outside was Dalmeida, and even he put up an air ball.
Exactly, and that's why they need to get somebody. They need to get somebody else involved. What happens if you know, Jeng has to go out with foul trouble? For Nigeria, I think they got through the shaky start. The tempo much better for them, the flow much better, and that the tempo is key. I think if Nigeria can get into the up and down game, if they can get away from just being a half-court team, that's how they can win this game.
Dalmeida, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So overall, a good start for him. He plays professional basketball in France. Here's a little bit of what he's been able to do. It's a 3-pointer, the only 3-pointer from Senegal. Mendy, worryingly, if you're Senegal, is 1 for 6. He's 1 for 6 from the floor. Enjoy's missed his only attempt. And they've been playing without Mohamed Faye, who was a critical player for them last year. So second quarter action underway. Nigeria on top by 3. The winner of this game gets to the final of the AfroBasket, and the winner of the AfroBasket qualifies for the Olympics. These 2 teams and the other 2 semifinalists already assured their spots in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Benja bounce pass to Oyedeji, who goes in, and he gets swatted by Jeng, but Baji unable to collect it, but just 2 seconds will be on the shot clock.
Agidi is here. He's the guy that can screen and then open up. You kind of watch the shooters. Get in at all.
Oh, they get it to a good shooter, Benja, and ball goes out of bounds off Oyedeji.
Wasn't it for 2 seconds? Benja just kind of got open on his own as well. The screens didn't work. Champaguchi looking on. It's Agidi again to be guarding Jeng.
Well, Stanley Okoye into the game early, and Jeng just patient.
It's a very impressive move, that one.
And interestingly, they got it to him early in the shot clock, and he wasn't in a rush. He was able to just wait, and that shot gets you back to 1. I could see Jane putting up about 30 shots tonight. Playing all 40 minutes. Okoye gets in.
Great finish, Okoye against the zone.
Well, he's been crying out for playing time, hasn't he?
That's a difficult shot. The one dribble off the glass.
Almeida with 5 on the shot clock, holding on to it quite a while. And now Jang is going to have to put one up. And I think it grazed the bottom of the backboard. So Okoye and Ogidi pushed off on Jang.
Shaking up.
So Jang is helped up. Watch in the paint, and you'll see the push. And Miguel Perez makes the call. Jang with the 2 fouls, so bear that in mind. He will play in the first half until he gets a 3rd, I would think. Bounce pass. Tough one to handle. Goes out of bounds with 6 on the shot clock. Nigeria's defense doing a good job.
Yes, it is. The thing when you got in Senegal is you can't lose focus. The moment you lose concentration, they punish you. But they're very methodical at what they do.
Now Mendy, again, doesn't have much time. Are they aware of it? Enjoy puts it up, tries to bank it. Now Uzo races down the floor. And boy, what a tough shot. He was able to hang in there. And he is going to go to the free throw line, and that may be the 3rd foul on Jing.
Oh, that is a huge play. Uzo, pushed it down the floor and was almost 1-on-3. Jeng is not happy. He doesn't think the foul's on him. Watch this, though. The way he hangs in the air. There it is. Great defense there. Jeng's over there saying that he didn't foul. Mendy's got his hand up, and they're changing the ball.
Wow. And look at the Nigeria bench. They are out of the corner of your screen. They're upset. They're asking, why are you changing the call?
They changed it, yeah.
Did you think it was on Jeng?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that is a break. But they initially called it on Jeng, didn't they?
Yeah, they called it on the Jeng, and Miguel Perez went over to the other official almost to check because Jeng had campaigned it wasn't him.
Wow.
And they changed it.
So it does help the campaign.
Yeah.
I've always said it, those pleas fall on deaf ears, but yeah, that's a little bit of a controversial change of foul call, to put it mildly. 2 on the shot clock. Badji puts it up and in.
Said give him the jumper. That's 2 he's made now.
He makes an awkward looking jumper, doesn't he? He's got his feet set kind of interesting. Now, Stanley Okoye, he leaves his feet and was short. Jing makes the pass to Mendy, and it goes out of bounds. And again, those Nigerians are doing a good job of strangling that area right around the basket. And they're trying to sneak Mendy in there.
Defensively, both teams have been pretty good, haven't they, so far in this one?
Beneja goes right down the lane and puts it up and in.
It's a game changer right now for Nigeria off the bench. Beneja gets to the ring against the zone. Now he can hit the 3 as well.
Mendy.
He's getting the deflection as well.
Boy, it looks like an almighty struggle for Senegal to do anything offensively.
Take away Jeng. There's not been much else, is there? The jump shots from Badji. It's because of the presence of Jeng.
There's Jeng. He gets inside, puts up a tough one. And
first time Agini's been taken by the fake. to that point, he'd done a good job of not biting.
But still a tough shot. It was still a tough shot attempted by Jang. Uzo out on Mendy. Well, Dalmeida gets it. He puts it up. And a foul call on Alade Aminu, pushing off on Senegal. See the three-point shooting for both teams. It's pretty poor at this stage. Foul was called on Andy Ogidi, not on Alade Aminu.
No, it wasn't me. It was just a change.
Okay, they just changed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was initially.
Yeah.
There's a lot of changing. Bear with us, folks. A little bit of confusion coming from the court.
Koya picks up a foul.
The 25-19. There's just there seems to be no fluidity to the movement. Now, what is Will Voigt asking? Let's see if I can hear.
I think Voigt's probably frustrated that, Gorgie Jeng's able to get a foul call changed, and he's been asking a couple of the officials for clarification, and they've just ignored him and just not spoken or not communicated with him. So it's almost as if, if you're going to listen to somebody on the other team, you better listen to me as well.
Free throw good by Mendy. So as their offense kind of grinds away Senegal, now it's Nigeria's turn. And Oguchi is back into the contest. He's just re-entered for Okoye. Alade Aminu puts one up and misses.
This is the shooting lineup for Nigeria. Gucci, Benija, and Agidi on the floor.
Dalmeida inside to Badji, and he's blocked. Great play by Alade Aminu. Uzo. Oguchi wide open. And the ball bounces out to Alade Aminu. Benija. And still Nigeria settling for jump shots.
Yeah, so they've got the shooters on the floor. They're just up and down. The 2 of 20 in the game between the two teams.
And off of Jang's hands and out of bounds. So very nervous start for Senegal, and I think you've seen Nigeria keeping Lawal on the bench for a while, but he's back in the game now. So Ogidi comes out after good minutes from him.
Starters back on the floor for Nigeria to finish this half. Trying to see if they can make a little push here, open this lead out. They've got a hit from the outside if Senegal overstand this zone. No doubt about that. As well as they can get to the ring and post up. They need that presence of the outside shooters.
He was reading that pass, almost got it. Alade Aminu, that's good.
It's his shot, isn't it? He could square up around that sort of range.
Silky smooth from the free throw line. Alade Aminu. Good crowd here tonight. Semifinals. And Buma was ready to help. Now they get it to Mendy in the corner. Can he finally knock one down? Yes, he does. So his first three-pointer, and he's got 7 points. And they really do need somebody to open up that middle in there, don't they? It was getting clogged. Al Farouk is going to put up a three. And Jang steps out of bounds. He falls out of bounds. And now he's arguing there was a foul. The coach. Watch this. Looks like he just went up for it. There's no foul there. He just fell out of bounds.
a little tangled with Loal with his legs, but I don't think it was enough to be able to call a foul on Loal.
Don't you think that they should attack? Well, he's only gotten the 2.
Jeng? Yeah.
Jeng.
But that's why Senegal are in the zone. They can hide him in the middle.
Yeah.
He's almost surrounded on all sides with a bit of help.
Aminu,
That's
he goes
fine.
inside, puts it up and in!
But that's where you can expose him. If you're going to draw the back of the zone out to guard the perimeter. Excellent recognition by Al-Farouk.
He's got 7 points, Al-Farouk Aminu. Dalmeida. Enjoy was open.
This is Thomas's game
Well,
now,
Ibrahim
isn't it?
Thomas can make it, but we've seen him make his threes, but primarily from the top of the key. Uman gets inside, puts it up, and draws the bump.
Getting the tempo. Like Nigeria trying to push. I think they get good things.
First foul on Dalmeida. So the first one is good. Now, just as a reminder, all 16 teams that played in this tournament advanced to the round of 16. So from that point, it was knockout. And Senegal and Nigeria, 2 of the teams still standing. Final 4, if you will. Over to Enjoy for 3. Long, and Thomas there for the putback.
Poor box out, Alade Amunu on that one. Just gave up the offensive rebound, didn't fight at all. He's got 2 fouls, that's probably why, but if you're going to play that little defense, you've got to come out, and that's exactly what Will Voigt's done.
Well, you know, we talk about the options of Senegal, and really, Ibrahim Thomas looks comfortable, doesn't he? He's the center who's come out immediately.
Yeah, and his 3-point threat gives some room for Jeng around the post.
Could be key for Senegal, without question.
The question is where he guards, where Thomas guards in this zone. There's him stepping out to the wing, I think is a disadvantage.
Will Voigt calling the play with 7 on the shot clock. Inbounding it right in front of that big section of Senegalese fans. 5 on the shot clock. Oguchi puts it on the deck, drives in, and hangs in the air beautifully, and just banks it in.
Beautiful finish, Oguchi. We haven't really seen him, finish at the ring in this tournament. It's all been about beyond the 3-point line.
Enjoy, and no joy for Enjoy. He goes out of bounds. So he's been a non-factor here in the first half. Lawal back outside. Oguchi again will try the 3. This time he hits it. Watch him put the salute.
No, that's what the drive does to you. The bit of confidence, just seeing the ball go in.
Largest lead of the game now for Nigeria. They are up by 9.
Great time to have it right here before the halftime break.
Dalmeida puts up a 3, gets it right back. Well, confidence is everything, isn't it?
Yeah, what a difference. It's the X factor right now.
8 points for Dalmeida.
Leading scorer for Senegal. Who'd have thought that?
Ume passes over to Oguchi. And Nigeria, don't want to forget they've got somebody called Lawal back on the court. They need to feed him. Now Mendy from the right, and it's good. And all of a sudden Nigeria give up a couple of 3s. And also Nigeria being warned about a flop.
No. It's Ibrahim Thomas, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
For Senegal.
Yeah.
That is a call that we've seen often. Umek gets inside, puts it up. Good strong rebound from Lawal, passes it back out. Ogidi for 3, and bricked it.
Hadley for a wide open shot.
Dalmeida, he feels it, gets inside and draws contact. So Dalmeida has really come in here with his A game, and he can be in double figures here by halftime if he makes these 2 free throws. And more importantly, They were trailing by 9, but all of a sudden, they can get it to 1.
I don't think anybody would have said he was the man who's going to lead Senegal in scoring this first half, for sure. He's a distributor. And that's what he's done in this tournament very well indeed, but just like a good point guard, when the situation calls for it, you've got to be able to adapt your game. You know, they're taking away the threat of Jeng. He's going to knock it down. Now what that should do is mean Nigeria have to guard him a bit more, give space back to his leading scorer.
He killed Mozambique running the same play. I want you to catch him on Jeng's side. He's going to just let you go. He doesn't want to pick up a fair foul.
Senegal have the advantage.
So we're running strong 3. He's been on this side, right?
But
so
Jeng has 10 rebounds for Senegal at halftime.
Will Voigt just told his players, if you look at the field goal percentages, I want you to catch it on Jeng's side and go to the basket. He's not gonna try to stop you because of the fouls.
And we've seen that twice. That's exactly what Gucci did. That's what Al Farouk Amini did, this near side. So then they're going to attack him, and that's what we're saying about the difference with Thomas on the floor. Even though offensively he can spread it, defensively he can't play the back of the zone. So they have to put him in the middle, which means Jeng goes to the back. He does have the speed and usually not a problem, but with the fouls, he doesn't want to be coming out and guarding Gucci, guarding Al Farouk on the perimeter where he might pick up another 2 fouls.
Now, interestingly, you saw the 11 points off turnover graphic for Nigeria. No points off turnovers for Senegal. Nigeria have turned it over just 2 times, but that's not surprising because Senegal do not put that much pressure with their defense. Free throw is good, so he's got double digits. Excuse me. He's got double digits. And we're at a 1-point game here in the final minute of the first half. Kind of wonder if the opportunity for Nigeria, that's a big momentum shift, isn't it? If they don't go to halftime leading, it's really going to boost the confidence of Senegal. Oh, the steal. Well, they haven't been turning it over, but they do there. Mendy goes in. The pressure from Al Farouk prevented the layup, but Dalmeida hustled down. So the final 16 seconds here of the first half. Dalmeida, he says, I'm hot and I'm going to keep it. Gives it back to Thomas. He's open. That's his shot. It's good! It's Senegal with Ibrahima Thomas hitting the three-pointer. A long one from Maguchi, but that is a killer run at the start of the first half by Senegal. They were down 9, and they have closed strong with Ibrahima Thomas showing us what his game is all about. He can go inside, and he can go outside.
Just as we said, what a time for Nigeria to take that double-digit lead, or 9-point lead, an 11-0 run to end the quarter for Senegal. Their crowd are up, they're dancing, they're happy, and rightly so. What a result for Senegal to go into the half leading.
37-35, Senegal on top at halftime of this AfroBasket semifinal. The three-pointers started falling for Senegal in the end. They've got 5. A couple have been made by Nigeria. Both teams shooting it well at the free throw line. Senegal perhaps a little bit better on the boards there. Just 3 turnovers for Nigeria, but they did have one late in the half, and that set up that last basket by Ibrahima Thomas. So still all to play for. Both of these teams trying to stay in the title hunt at the AfroBasket. Senegal on top, 37-35 of Nigeria at halftime.
Merci pour mon cœur, merci. Alors, التونس أنا عاشق واحد يعرف يلعب باسكت. بخير، بالزوالي. أنت هاي. جري 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 جري. Hey, this is what the Senegal. I told you. I told you. Yeah. Bien. Alors, au sein des supporters du Sénégal, yeah. Winner reaches from Tunis. Alors, on commence avec Sénégal. 5 essais. 5 essais. Ouh, on va aller faire. Oh, là. Une mise. Deuxième. Deuxième essai. Il faut l'encourager. Troisième. Quatrième. Et la cinquième. Oh. Et 12 ans. 5. إذا كان المركز تنطعوا. إذا المركز زمان مش تبع الكلام. On commence. Ah. Là, je pense que c'est 30 d'abord. Troisième. La quatrième. Les démonstrations. La cinquième. En tout cas, mille merci. Merci aux supporters du Nigeria. Et le gagnant, Tunsi, à la Sénégal. Allez, Sénégal, Sénégal, Sénégal. Quand même, je vais donner les cadeaux. Là. Alors. Et le cadeau, le premier cadeau. Notre premier cadeau, c'est le logo de Hollywood. Ce sera pour vous. Ça va, ça va. Et le public, il y a tellement de cadeaux jusqu'à la fin du match à Tunis. Donc, on a pas l'animation, laquelle on a dit qu'on était à nous. تونس مستحقة لكل صوت فيكم. نبيل، à tout à l'heure. À l'attention des fédérations nationales présentes à l'AfroBasket en Tunisie, les fédérations nationales présentes à l'AfroBasket ont été invitées par la FIBA à participer à une conférence en 2 sessions, demain dimanche à l'hôtel Paris Saint-Mamet. L'heure de démarrage de la conférence a changé, elle est fixée à présent à 11h. La FIBA remercie les fédérations nationales pour leur aimable collaboration. عالم تونس يضرب على الكرة الأوان. اليوم تونس تستحق للبريكا فيها أكثر.
Hey, pay attention. L5 if you like this to run it again, okay? Over the top. You hit right here, right? If they sag it, if they take that away, hit. If they stay in, hit through here, okay? If we hit that guy, high-low.
Well, there you see the numbers for Antoine Mendy here for Senegal in the first half. And that was one with the follow, but also he finally, after a cold start from long range, hit a couple. And a vital player in the Senegal offense, especially with Mohamed Faye no longer with the team after being sent home earlier in the tournament. And that came as a welcome relief for a Czechia star and the Senegal fans. So Senegal lead Nigeria 37-35 at halftime here in Tunisia. It's the AfroBasket. Both Nigeria and Senegal, by reaching this stage of the competition, have clinched spots in a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament for next year. But if they go, either of these go on to win the title, they'll qualify for the Olympics. Well, welcome back to Tunisia, folks. It is third quarter action here in the semifinal between Nigeria and Senegal. Senegal had trailed by 9 points, but they battled back to take the lead at halftime. Here's Ibrahim Thomas again. Well, you think Nigeria might get somebody on him.
That's why he's on the floor, isn't it? To spread it, three-point threat he gives. And, you know, great find from Dieng. Still the 2-3 zone for Senegal.
So Umek puts up a three, and that's off the back of the rim. And now Umek back to Thomas again, and you better wake up, folks. How many three-pointers has he got to hit before somebody wakes up and says, we got to get a hand in the face?
I mean, this is not the start Nigeria wanted coming out of the halftime break. They were in for quite a long time talking things over, but they look flat right now. Almost like the confidence has gone from them. This is the man who's got to step up.
And from the right, Chamberlain Oguchi.
Now Farouk with a rare penetration. It's his second assist. He does have 7 points, but he hasn't influenced the game, has he, Al-Farouk Aminu?
8 points for Oguchi.
Aminu guarding closer, but it's going to be called for the foul. Pulling the waist of Ibrahim Thomas. Wow, hands on his head, shocked at the start.
Bulawa was so effective early on, and they took him out, but they left him out for a while.
Yeah.
And he was pretty much having his way. He's got 11 points and 4 rebounds. Here we see 3 fouls for Alade Aminu. Enjoy. So Gucci rebounds that, gets it back over to Michael Umek. Ume puts up another three, and the rebound from Lawal. Oguchi will try. It's good. Well, he gives the salute, and Lloyd, all I've got to say is he hit one down the time before. Shouldn't he be the guy that you're trying to get a touch to right away?
Yeah, I almost don't mind Nigeria going quick and taking a few quick shots. A little bit out of control. I think it will help them with trying to push this tempo.
Well, Ibrahim Thomas yet again, and Nigeria this time dodged the bullet. Nigeria quickly into the lane, and Alade Aminu goes up and draws the foul.
The offense is like Diago looks on. What a, you know, how much would they give to have him out on the floor right now? He pushes the tempo. They get good things from it. It's a beautiful penetration. Thomas is going to sacrifice there. See if just his first foul. Aminu earned them from the line.
Well, it couldn't be any closer right now, folks. It's 43-42 with Nigeria getting to the line and tying it. So now it's 43-all. And it seemed like Senegal had landed a few punches here at the start, but Nigeria have come back well. Enjoy, drives in, puts it up and in.
Every time you think the team started to take control, the other ones come back. It was Nigeria in the first half, and the 11-0 burst from Senegal to end it. Give them the 2-point lead. Nigeria have got themselves back in.
Al Farouk into Holiday. Minu, and Lowell picks up where he left off back in the first quarter. He did re-enter the game, but now he's got 15 points. Such a game high. Mendy. Oh, Mendy got it in a good spot. Now Ume hands it off, and Al Farouk forces it, and fortunately for them, Lawal was there, gets it over to his teammate, and Al Farouk drills the three-pointer.
You've got to watch out if they start hitting from the three-point line. Is that their third three of the second half now? That's the one thing they couldn't make anything in the first half.
Now, the referee has blown his whistle, I think, just to calm things down. He's not going to call a foul. How often do you see that? Usually a foul's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, right now, Lawal and Gorgui Dieng are protagonists. Dieng and moves over, and good challenge that time, and maybe that's not really in Ibrahima Thomas's skill set. Oguchi for three, it's good!
He is heating up, isn't he?
Well, we talked about how he kind of faded a little bit in this tournament, but he's back on his A game right now.
Yeah, this is the ring where he really got going as well. You know, where he started this tournament so well.
Wow, three-pointer from Antoine Mendy, and the fans are getting treated to a real shootout. And that was a clutch one, too, with Nigeria having pulled in front by 6. That gets it back to 3. So as poorly as they shot it early, they're shooting it well now. And the ball slipped through the hands of Alade Aminu.
After these two teams really struggling from the three-point line, they're both hitting now.
Dalmeida, nice jumper. One of the heroes for Senegal without question. 12 points. Al Farouk. Oh, he gets swatted by Dieng, but Ume gets it, and now that gives a chance to run a little bit. Nigeria slow him down, and Senegal will hold it up. Well, that was an emphatic rejection by Dieng. Turn around, and Lawal just playing his heart out, gets another rebound. I tell you, wonder that you see Oguchi get inside. Now back to Lawal, he puts it up and in. He's got 17 points. And Mendy drives in and draws the foul, but goodness me, the word unstoppable comes to mind thinking about Shane Lawal right now. He's already at his best. He's having a tournament high.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he has come into this one.
Bearing in mind they do share the minutes. He might have had this earlier, but he's with his number of minutes now, he sat for the majority of the second quarter.
He averaged 7 points coming in. He's done a good job on the glass, 8 rebounds. So solid numbers, but this is by far his best game.
Mendy at the line and makes of 2. The foul was on Al Farouk. And now the ball goes out of bounds off Nigeria. And back to Senegal, who are only down by 2.
Turnover. It's an easy rebound. There's no excuse for not being able to get it into the point guard's hands.
And quick hands. And great play. Al Farouk up ahead, and excellent hustle from Mendy. Don't hold anything back right now, folks. This is the big time, big part of the tournament. You got to bring it. Long range shot, and now Dalmeida. Enjoy. He wants to get in on the act. Can't find his range from long range. And now the Enjoy, and interestingly, Uzo, I didn't recognize him. He's come into the game not wearing his goggles. So you can see number 4, and Iguchi comes out. Interesting decision to take Iguchi out. Not sure. I don't know if that's for a defensive reason, because offensively he was really bringing a lot. He did miss that last one. Uzo back outside. Aminu, Al Farouk, and ball goes off of Shane Lawal.
Hey, guys, on the way! On the way!
Just hope the team can get a grip on this, can they?
Well, they certainly couldn't get a grip on the ball. Lawal asked the referee to take a towel and to dry it off because it slipped through his hands.
It was this second unit for Nigeria that gave the spark in the first half, though. They're on the floor.
Jing has been quiet, hands it off. Beautiful play from Gorgie Jing. An excellent cut from Malay Enjoy.
Uzu the guilty party. Al Farouk went to double. It was his man that cut. Uzu was supposed to take away the cut. You know, not let Enjoy in there. But he fell asleep, watched the ball.
Senegal back in front now with that move. They knew out to Uzo, 4 on the shot clock. Uzo puts it up. And suddenly, Senegal starts to seize the initiative again. Quick pass over to Mendy. Count it! Antoine Mendy!
Maida once again pulling the strings, the cross-court pull-it pass to hit Mendy in rhythm.
Boy, look at that, 17 points now for him. He started cold, and he is heating up. 4 of 8. In fact, he's already hot. Tough shot from Uzo. Little runs in this game, and right now Senegal is on a run. And it goes to Jang, he lays it up over and in. And Will Boyd has to burn a timeout to try to slow down Senegal, who have come from behind now to take a 59-53 lead. Look again at Gorgie Jing. What's going on, Lloyd? I mean, neither team is able to kind of get a grip on it. I mean, they're just two solid teams trading blows, reacting, players stepping up, hitting shots.
You said in the first half, it's about the adjustments. At the moment, the defense is on top for both teams. The defense is taking away the primary option offensively of what they want to go to. And Senegal doing a better job really than Nigeria right now. You know, Senegal forcing Nigeria to the perimeter. They're not letting them get that penetration. There's a limited amount of post touches for them. Senegal, another big run for them.
Yeah, 9-0 run.
Yeah,
Incredible.
I mean, they had a 17-0-1 at one stage in the first half as well. So, you know, that's the difference. Defense is on top. Nigeria having to go to plan B. The question is, can they do it? Can they really take advantage? Senegal really, you know, their plan B working better than the one for Nigeria at this moment in time.
Benaja's come into the game. Nigeria, he's got the ball now. And they get the law. A beautiful play, but the challenge. Ogidi was denied by Jane. Thomas open, and that time off the back of the rim. Al Farouk back to Ogidi. Here's Lawal, and Lawal's the player with all the confidence right now.
That's the thing, the zone for Senegal, what it's doing is giving up early threes to Nigeria, and they're hesitating taking them because of the way they've shot the ball up until this point. So because of that, you know, they get into a very slow game, which suits Senegal's D. Go smaller here, let's see if this can speed it up for Senegal. Al Farouk goes out, Fume comes in.
Uzo entry pass to Benaja. Benaja, terrific athleticism, hanging in the air and lays it up. Now, a little bit of pressure that Senegal have to solve. And a foul on Uzo. It's really remarkable how we've seen Benaja just kind of, he really did not look like he fit into this team the first couple of games. And then in their defeat to Tunisia, he looked as comfortable as any Nigeria player out there, and he's very important right now. Almeida floats into the lane, Mr. X Factor.
Just continuing to do it, 14 points now for him. You've got to throw in the 7 assists as well. Leads the tournament in assists for this scoring punch we've seen the last couple of games.
Oh, what a turnover. Little miscommunication between Ogidi and Benaja. Just wonder if at some point we might see a little bit more full court pressure coming from Nigeria. Almeida back to Thomas. Jane. Soft jump hook in the lane. And Gorgie Jane now into his rhythm. 10 points, 12 rebounds. And you would have thought before the game, if you limit him to that, you'd be okay. But they've got an 8-point lead. Ogidi. And what an important follow by Shane Lawal. Boy, he has absolutely carried Nigeria tonight. Timeout. The Tigers are trailing it 63-57. So end of the third quarter is 63-57, Senegal on top. Boy, that was a huge, huge play by Shane Lawal. You could just feel all the momentum going to Senegal. And right now, stats looking much better for both teams from a shooting standpoint. Very even on the boards. There's just not much separating these two teams.
No, well, for me, like you said, we expected Gorgie Jeng to have the double-double. He's probably gone into the fourth quarter. no surprise there. But the other players for Senegal, you know, Thomas has stepped up. He's got 11 points. Dalmeida, 14 points. Mendy, 17. You know, that's 3 guys that really stepped up above and beyond. And for Nigeria, you look the other way, and they've got Shane Lowell with 19 and 8. But really, nobody else has come to play or has given them a scoring punch out of what you would expect. You know, Al Farouk has 10 points, 6 rebounds. So yeah, but Alade Emmanuel, 2 points. You know, Igidi, 0 points. You know, anybody really. Uzo, only 3 points. Ume, 1 point. Nobody else has stepped up for them when they've needed it.
I just wonder as well if they need to get Oguchi back in there, because at least he gives them that genuine 3-point threat, which right now, from a reliability standpoint, none of the Nigerian players have given that in this tournament. See the Senegal lineup. Uzo feels his way in, puts up a shot, and banks it in.
Maybe he's going to be the guy to step up. You know, he can penetrate, even though he's small, he can finish in the paint. That's what they need, a way to break down this Senegalese zone. The thing about the tempo is none of these players from Senegal are tired. They haven't gone deep into their bench. You know, 4 guys are yet to go out for Senegal.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now Jang. Oh boy, now you're seeing why we've been talking about him as an MVP candidate. It usually comes to Gorgui Dieng in the second half, and especially in the fourth quarter. Great reads from Thomas, who's really played well tonight for Senegal.
Yes, he has. First double-figure game for him. He's pretty much been anonymous through this tournament, despite you know, the fact he played decent minutes 2013. You just need a spark, though, something to get him going, because there's still a long time to go in this game. Uzu's going to have to create here, 4 on the clock.
Great passes out to Igidi, but good defense at the last second. Didn't think he got it off in time, but it doesn't matter because Thomas gets the rebound.
Igidi's just done nothing for them in that spot. He's the one they rely on to space the floor from the 4 position.
Now Jang, this time short. Beautiful drive right down the lane, Michael Ume. So it's like you said, they're finding their way into the zone.
I still believe Nigeria's just got to push the tempo. Senegal's so difficult to play against because they control it. They almost lull you into a slow down tempo, a slow game, the way they play on this offensive end.
Alade Aminu going to come in for Nigeria at the next dead ball, but it's Dalmeida. Another opportunity for Nigeria.
Another push from Ume.
Well, they got Jang off of his feet. Passes back out. Four on the shot clock now. Umeg has to put it up. He doesn't realize he does, but he waited too long. That is a horrendous half-court offense that time.
Yeah. I mean, you question when he went out. I think Champaguchi has got to come back in. There we see him sitting on the left of your picture. He's just started to get going. He started to hit some threes, and you know, Nigeria may well have to live or die by his 3-point stroke.
They are getting some penetration, but they just need to get it going a little bit faster. Jang drives, forces it. Good defense from the Tigers. Seven minutes to go. And it goes, and Uzo was trying to dunk on Thomas, and a foul was called on Thomas.
You get the reward when you got hard at the ring. That's exactly what Uzo did on that occasion. Just one at Thomas hard. He's going to pick up his 3rd, and here I like this sub. I like Oguchi coming back into the game right now.
Yeah, Benage is good.
Yeah.
but maybe Oguchi does something a little bit different.
We're going to take Ume out, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, Benninger headed towards the bench and was told, no, you stay on. So this is the lineup now. You know, Uzo has to just use screens from Alade Aminu, try and split between the Senegalese defense, finish at the ring or kick, because you're going to have Al Farouk, Oguchi, Benninger. Oguchi and Benninger will spot up and shoot it. Al Farouk can knock it down if it's open, or if not, it'll give him the advantage of a defender closing him out that he can attack off the dribble.
Yeah, they had 2 point guards out there, so Uzo will be the point guard. And now a 2-point game.
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it? You kind of look at the scoreboard, and what you expect in the game just isn't the score.
A quick handoff, touch pass rather, over to Mendy, and Thomas takes his time, puts it up, but doesn't go strong. He's got to make that shot.
Yeah, Voigt's telling them to go quick. This is Uzo's penetration here. He can attack the space.
Well, Benninger back outside, good work from there. They get it to Oguchi, good! And that's what we're talking about, folks.
He is the zone buster. I mean, 5 of 10.
You can't have that on the bench right now.
No, and considering the way he shot the ball in the first half, you know, 5 of 10. He also had 4 threes in the second half now for him.
Now Jane, what's he going to do against Alade? And misses everything. Good defense from Aminu. Now Mendy from the right. He didn't get anything. It turns over now. Benninger, the open floor.
Oguchi trail him.
Oguchi.
Good defense from Diop that time. Enjoy. Excellent recognition from him to find Oguchi in transition. And this is what I talk about, the screen. Uzo on the penetration. He can finish.
Oh, what a play.
Or he passes it out.
Scoring over Jang.
And that's where Uzo's just so tough. I mean, he's given up so much size, but he doesn't back down from that challenge.
9 points for Uzo. Seki Sarr's frustrated. He's like, guys, we just had a huge lead. What happened to it? It was 63 to 57.
11-2 start to the quarter.
So Ladi Aminu with 4 fouls. And Will Voigt having a conversation with the Spanish referee, Miguel Perez.
Voigt's just gone to warn his bench. Don't say anything to the officials. They gave him the thumbs up. So look at that, all over Dalmeida.
Dalmeida hands it off to Woods rather. And Woods not a good set at all for Senegal.
I think go back to this pick and roll.
Entry pass. Alade Aminu. Oh, it looked like Jang had a hand on the ball and it still went in. Good play from Aminu. And now Nigeria are just threatening to run away with this thing. They're up 70 to 65.
Well, the scoring for Senegal just absolutely disappeared. Almeida can't get going. They can't get shots for Mendy. They can't do anything.
Antoine Mendy off the dribble. And Benninger quickly up ahead. And Oguchi floats in and draws the foul on Mendy. The reinsertion of Oguchi has been crucial. Well, I guess we're not going to see Diop. We're not going to see Sire Sene as Mendy tries to argue he didn't commit the foul.
It's got a long time to take this timeout, Jigsaw. You can't carry. He didn't use a timeout in the third quarter, so he still had 3 going into the fourth. He can't keep one of them until the last 2 minutes anyway. You know, he's allowed a 13-2 run at the start of this quarter. His team looking so comfortable, and now, you know, they're in the hole. They've got to try and find a way. They've lost their confidence. They've lost their flow. So it's going to take something to get them back into it. The question is, where do they go for that offense? Can they find a way to free Jeng? That's what they've probably got to go to.
There's the drought, 4 minutes, 42 seconds. And it couldn't come at a worse time field goal percentage by quarter. Senegal's has dropped to 11% in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, Nigeria, 83% they're shooting in the fourth quarter. So, save your best for last. Well, why not?
I mean, that's the way this game's gone, though, isn't it? One run could have been enough to knock out the other team if you know how to hold on to the lead, which no team has kind of proved they know how to do at this moment in time. It's interesting that Nigeria have gone on this run with Loao on the bench as well.
That's maybe the most impressive thing about Nigeria is they've had some good performances now from several players. They're not overly reliant on one player. Because the one person you think that they're going to rely on is AfroBasket, and that has not been the case at all. Wow. Always looks strange seeing such a great shooter like Aguchi miss a free throw.
I always find it strange when he misses a three. I mean, every time he takes it, I feel like it's going to go in.
He missed both.
And Aminu nearly had it, just kind of rattled out of his hands. Wow, he's up. You see him just to the right of the picture there. You know, he is telling his team, let's get a stop right now. This is a couple of crucial possessions here. Nigeria with the lead. Don't want the confidence to get into Senegal.
Yeah, now they get it to their money man, and he passes inside to Mendy. Great play coming out of the timeout.
It's actually Enjoy in the low post they went to. It was a beautiful pass, though.
Yeah, Malay Enjoy. Now Gucci, three-pointer.
I mean, the zone has to adjust. You can't just let a screen happen and give Aguchi that much space.
Enjoy trying to post up Benija.
Now Farouk Aminu to guard Jiang now.
6-point deficit. If they can get a stop here, it's going to be difficult for Senegal, you think. Wow. And Uzo with the rebound. And the reach, the block, called on Jiang.
Al Farouk on that defensive sequence. I wonder if we'll see it again. I was thinking, I don't know if he's going to be able to guard Jiang on the low post. Jiang went to make the move to the middle, and Al Farouk doesn't look like the biggest man, but he did not move an inch. You know, he just held his position, held his ground. They go ball screen here and then see if they can get Aguchi an open shot. Feed the hand who's hot.
He works his way free, gets inside, back outside to AfroBasket Aminu. And the long rebound, chases it down.
Oh, what a play.
And just a terrific play. Well, now what are they saying? The AfroBasket threw it off Dalmeida. So it will indeed be Nigeria ball. It looked like they were going to award it to Senegal there for a second.
Good communication by the officials there.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, make sure they get the right call. Oh, Alfred just slipped.
Wow, crazy, crazy play. And Enjoy drives in, and that's a goaltend. Goal interference already off the basket, so after all that, they get the ball and they inbound it, and now Fruit slips and it leads to the fast break.
Yeah, Alfred was wide open, just went to collect the ball, and his feet slipped underneath him. That's why he bounced, and it's plays like that would just give a spark.
So I'm guessing Michael Ume is going to come in for Uzo, who's been out there quite a while. We know that Uzo can play well without those goggles. He's done a good job. Now, he penetrates, takes the contact, trying to get the call. Now Dalmeida quickly for Senegal. Back outside to Enjoy for three. And the rebound, Aguchi. Look at that. The sharpshooter getting the board. Benija drives down and draws the foul. And how many is that on Jiang?
It's going to be 4. Great drive by Benija.
Absolutely. He is headed to the next level, isn't he?
Well, he's a surprising athlete. He doesn't look like he's as quick, or he can, he plays elevate.
He plays under control.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he'll just explode. And he gets to the ring. We've seen him with a a fantastic dunk down the lane in this tournament. Nigeria, was it 3 misses in a row from them from the line?
Yeah, they're 11 of 15 now. Senegal 10 of 11.
Gucci missed the last 2. It was a minute and a half ago.
Takes his time, makes the second. Back to a 5-point game.
Has got the advantage over Akuchi with a smaller lineup for Senegal, for Nigeria. They've reset the shot clock.
Oh, wait a minute. Absolutely. And well spotted by Will Voigt.
Yeah.
Oh, the man running the shot clock is saying that he couldn't control the panel or something.
See if we can see it on the replay. Boy, that's the American symbol for shot clock violation. That's what he wants. The referee's just trying to talk it over.
See if we get a replay. Got a stoppage in play as they try to work out.
Will Voigt's frustrated that the Senegal are taking a timeout.
Yeah, they're going to take it. They're going to take it down quite a bit. So they're going to take it down to 14, 13. I think that's about right. So it could be less. We'll only know when we go back and watch the game again.
Help, can't leave this one-on-one.
Almeida.
Great.
And hey, the reach, the steal, and the dunk from Uzo!
Ladi Aminu with the, another one of those plays. Won't go on the box score, but he closed out and contained the penetration of Almeida.
7-point lead now, in trouble for Nigeria.
Senegal,
Trouble for Senegal, but not what they want to do is commit the foul.
Now Farouk, the anticipation as well.
Oh, the agony for the Senegalese fans.
Still plenty of time though. They were down about, almost an exact figure, wasn't it, against Angola? Same sort of margin. And came back to win that one. Angola helped really with a couple of mistakes.
Well, he's got good numbers, but not his usual numbers. He's usually in the 20s, scoring-wise. And that was a big play because it allowed Senegal to get to the line with the clock stopped.
This will be a big play here. Senegal can get a stop. They've got plenty of time. Nigeria get a score. We're around a minute to go.
Al Farouk from the corner, no. He's going to put it up. He's going to penetrate. He's going to hand it off. He's going to turn it over. Over to Mendy. And holds himself up and puts it up and in. And again, another key turnover. Al Farouk was, it was a shot clock was winding down. He didn't have an easy path to the basket. And he was trying to find a teammate. Watch this.
But they went passive though, didn't they, Nigeria? They were trying to use that clock. Lauha nearly had that on the chase down. And that's the problem when you do have this lead. You've got to play. It's a completely different game to play with a lead going into the final couple of minutes. It's a lot harder than it looks because you don't want to take quick shots. You want to take time, you want to use the clock, you know, but at the same time, you don't want to kind of tighten up and then get to the last few seconds where you're trying to force it.
You saw how even that was, the field goal percentage for both teams. Time and time again, Lloyd, you know, we keep thinking one of these teams is taking control, and then the next thing you know, the other team has come back. Points in the paint. Again, that's been even. And now, Senegal in position, if they can get a stop, they can go down. And they are feeling much better about their chances. Remember, they were trailing by 7 when Lowell fouled Jang, and he made the 2 free throws. And then the turnover by Al Farouk led to Mendy's fast break basket. So those 2 plays have resuscitated this Senegalese team. The semi-final at the AfroBasket in Tunisia. Senegal have not lost in this tournament. Nigeria has only fallen to host Tunisia. The winner of this game gets to the title game. Oh, they're going to run some clock. And you wonder if this is the right decision. Over to Alade Aminu. And they got conservative now. Dalmeida, final 42 seconds. Dalmeida has been tough. Over to Jang. The three-pointer. Go! Gorgie Jang has knocked down the 3. Are you watching Minnesota? He's been doing it the entire tournament, and now he's got 17 points.
This is a man with 2 made threes in 2 years in the NBA, and he steps up, calm as you like, knocking that one down.
Calm, collected. Gorgie Jang has just knotted it at 76. And the last few possessions for Nigeria,
Interesting to see.
just hasn't worked.
Nigeria have got the questions now. If they go early with this one, if they go in the sort of first 10 seconds, then they'll get it back. If they take too long here, well, it doesn't matter with rebound or not, because they'll get, you know, with the 24-second shot clock.
But I mean, they still have to rebound at the other end for Senegal.
Oh yeah, sorry, of course. But if they take too long on this one, then basically then it's only one offense that will go to Senegal. So if you take a long time and you miss, that's it. Senegal with a chance to win the game. I would look to go early if I'm Nigeria, especially with the threat of Aguchi. If he's got an open 3, let him take it.
I think you definitely look for Aguchi.
Yeah, he's got Ume on the floor rather than Uzo, which surprises me. But it's the starters. Nigeria, they're going to win this, or they're going to lose it.
Ibrahim Thomas in there. He's a good shooter for Senegal, but he's going to have to play defense on Lawal, keep him off the glass. Aguchi penetrates, hands it off, and Lawal fights for it, and it's going to be a jump ball. And possession arrow goes back.
Senegal.
Over to Senegal.
And they don't have to, it's just under 24 as well, so they don't have to take a shot here.
That has worked to perfection for Senegal. I think they were trying to do what you said, Lloyd. They were trying to get 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And Lowell just couldn't quite catch it.
Yeah.
Boy, it has been a game of runs, and right now Senegal are on the run. Although, truthfully, this thing could easily go to overtime as well.
7-point run over the last 147. Oh, sorry, take away these 20 seconds at 120. 7-0 run over a minute and 20 seconds.
The 2 free throws by Jang.
I mean, Senegal down that stretch have done very well indeed. They've still got 1 timeout as well.
Got the Mendy shot off the turnover. That was a key. And then Gorgie Jang with the 3-pointer. Not surprisingly, Gorgie Jang has been right in the thick of things here in crunch time.
I mean, if you're Senegal, the number 1 thing you got to do right now is don't lose this game, because if you take your time here, Nigeria shouldn't get a shot. So you say, we're going to run this final offense. You shoot it just early enough, you can get the offensive rebound. But that's it. You're either going to overtime or you're winning it. There's no other option if you're Senegal.
Well, maybe we're going to see some pressure here from Nigeria. Try to deny Dalmeida. Nope. They're going to let him take it down. Will it be Mendy? Will it be Dalmeida with the penetration?
And 3 fouls to give as well. Voigt's just giving the signal to Uzo.
And he fouls with 6.8 seconds.
Yeah, they can still do this at least once more.
You almost wonder if Senegal were aware of that.
Yeah, they weren't.
So it's like, oh.
Trouble is, Senegal needs to go quickly or they're just going to foul him again.
So timeout on the floor.
And I think if you're Senegal, you've got to draw something up because Nigeria can foul once more and put it out the side. So if you don't go quickly, if you're Senegal, then you're just going to get fouled and then you go sideline possession. No timeouts left. There's not a lot, you know, with hardly any time to get a good shot.
Boy, this arena, it's a sold-out arena now. It is packed. Obviously, Tunisia playing next against Angola, but we've already seen some buzzer beaters, some late-game heroics in this tournament. And you just wonder if we're going to see another one. Nigeria shooting it 64% in the fourth quarter. Senegal have gotten their percentage up to 33%. Nigeria were in control, and they have let Senegal back into the game. That's the only way you can put it.
Nigeria's got to be careful they don't foul in the act of shooting.
Look at the Senegal players, heads in hands. Will they foul? Chang.
Foul, it isn't quick enough. Yeah.
3.2 seconds. And Chang says, are we in the bonus? Now they realize.
Yeah. And
now they can't foul anymore.
And they've got no timeouts to run a sideline play.
Well, are we going to see something amazing here? Dalmeida's going to inbound it. 3.2 seconds remaining. He gets it to Mendy for three. It's short. And the long heave. And I'll tell you what, Al-Farouk got it to the shot clock, so overtime it is here in the first semifinal between Nigeria and Senegal. I think Senegal's execution there in the final, what was it, 15 seconds left, a lot to be desired. It's 76-all going to overtime, Senegal, Nigeria.
Well, I think also give credit to the the Nigerian execution of how to play defense on a final possession. A great job from them. You know, the only thing you've got to look at here if you're Senegal and you go into another 5 minutes is don't forget Gucci James got 4 fouls. You know, if you're Nigeria, it's your possession because of the jump ball going to Senegal. So you take possession and I draw something up, isolate Jeng. Isolate him and go at him here. You get him out of the game early, first couple of possessions. Senegal, I mean, that's number one psychologically. To see him go out will be an impact for them. And two, just the presence he has on the floor and his ability to get other guys open is crucial for their offense.
Well, Mendy with 19 points, that's a team high. And he had the ball in his hands, but he just had to take a very difficult shot and came up short for Senegal at the death, or right at the death. Oguchi has 20 points for Nigeria. Shane Lowell has been immense with 17 points, 8 rebounds. And Holiday Amino with 10 points and 9 rebounds.
I mean, for Senegal, 4 guys have played all 40 minutes. Dalmeida, Mendy, Njoy, Dieng haven't gone out. Played the entire game, but that shows you that the tempo means they can do it. The tempo means it's not really a factor coming into overtime.
Yes, Ajing, the only Senegalese player
Nigeria have gone very small. They've gone with Al Farouk at the 4, and then Benninger and Gucci on the wings. I mean, Thomas is guarding Al Farouk, so surely one of him or Loao has to get the ball right now.
Benninger now, Gucci for 3. And the rebound by Jing. And now Senegal's turn. Benninger's in. And Malay Enjoy off the rim. And Chang with the rebound out on the perimeter. Chang has the 4 fouls. Puts up the jumper. And Al Farouk Aminu drives down the lane, and the ball off of Nigeria goes back to Senegal. Almeida quickly. Now Chang back outside to Almeida. 9 on the shot clock. Back to Chang. Over to Dalmeida for 3. And neither team has scored yet in the OT. Al Farouk to Oguchi for 3. Good! Chamberlain Oguchi with 23 points and a go-ahead 3-pointer.
I think that's the tempo Nigeria's got to play at. The moment they grab that rebound, look to push it down the floor.
Thomas had Al Farouk Aminu on him. Mendy over to Jang now. Dalmeida for 3. Right at the end of the shot clock. And with 3 minutes remaining, Nigeria with the rebound. Lowell has 1 more rebound now to get into a double-double. 17 and 9. And the drive from Benninger. And he goes to the line.
A beautiful cut from Benninger off the ball. See a replay. Watch him, the back cut. He's going to pick up the foul against Thomas. And credit to Loao as well for the pass.
Oh, the free throws this time of game. And the second one is no good as well. Those are costly misses.
Missed 5 of 6 down the stretch. Nigeria.
Benninger's
missed 2. Yeah, Benninger missed 3.
Yep. 4 at the line. And the pressure. And Mendy does just beat it, and he doesn't get the shot off in time. Great defense from Nigeria.
It's worked in their favor. Oguchi tipping it, but not getting control of it, really.
Uzo walks, kind of shuffled his feet. So twice now Nigeria have gone down with a chance to extend their 3-point lead. They've missed 2 free throws, and now they've turned it over.
Both these 2 teams, they're both looking tight, aren't they? The type of game we've had the whole time.
Almeida. And the quick hands from Al Farouk. So Al Farouk's hands denies the pass and gets it back for Nigeria.
This is the time they got ripped
Oh,
off.
that's a charge on Al Farouk. Out of control. Charges into Gorgie Jing.
This is about the time then they got really passive in regulation, Nigeria. Yep. So
fouls on Al-Farouk. Remember, they don't have Ike Diogu. He's been out. He's with the team, but he's on the bench, still recovering from his sprained ankle. There's Cyrus Sene. He hasn't come into the game. Michael Ume, the point guard from Nigeria, looks on. Senegal got some minutes in the first half, but we haven't seen him in the second. Gucci on Mendy. Good defense from Al-Farouk. 8 on the shot clock. Mendy gets inside, passes it back out. Ibrahima Thomas gets inside, takes the contact, and looks and says no call. Oguchi for 3, good! The Tigers now on top, 82-76, 26 points for Champ Oguchi. And if there was any doubt about the importance of his game to this Nigeria team, there is no doubt about it right now. He is crucial. He's the MVP of this game right now for Nigeria.
Absolutely, there he is, hitting the 3. That's his first of overtime. The second came off the screen, and you got to say, it was a huge breakdown by Thomas. Watch this one, the screen comes, look where Thomas is standing, in the paint. Too slow to get out to Oguchi. He's guarding him as though he's not hit a 3 all night, and look what it means to Nigeria. Champ Oguchi stepping up. You cannot guard that man giving up the 3-point stroke. For Senegal now, 6 points down, 107. They're going to do something quick here.
Gorga Jenks heroics may not be enough tonight with 107 remaining. And Nigeria on top, 82-76. And really, this is what it's come down to. It's come down to some shot making by Oguchi.
Yeah. Like I said, other guys have stepped up, didn't they? At halftime, that's what I said about Senegal. The other guys have stepped up. Now Oguchi's just eclipsed them all. 26 to lead the way. That was the first one in overtime. And this is the one where, look at Thomas again. Far too far off. No challenge whatsoever. It's like a layup for that man.
Champ Oguchi was in that Olympic team in 2012, in that team that got Nigeria to the Olympics, the Olympic qualifying tournament. He has got experience, and it is showing now.
Uzo's going to double Dieng here to stop him getting it, watch.
Oh, back to Thomas. Dieng puts up a 3, and
You've got to come and foul, surely.
with the rebound.
You've got to foul. The way Nigeria have shot the ball.
Well, Dieng didn't want to foul because he'll foul out.
Yeah.
But with 47.6 seconds, it's not looking good for Senegal. He went to the line once tonight and missed a couple. And he makes that, so now it's definitely a 3-possession game. And the second one is good as well. What a game he's had. Senegal running out of time. Enjoy off the back of the rim, and now Senegal's chances. They had the ball at the end of regulation, and when they look back, you know, they're going to look at that and they're going to realize, you know what, we should have done better there. We could have gotten off a decent shot, and they didn't.
Yeah. And the 3-point shot, which has been so good for Senegal and so poor for Nigeria really through this game, has been the difference in overtime. Oguchi stepped up, made a couple for Senegal. You know, Mendy's missed, Dieng's missed a couple as well. They just haven't been able to hit from beyond the 3-point line.
So Nigeria, the Tigers, they were on the ropes there at the end of regulation. And now Jang banks in a 3, gets it back to a 7-point deficit. Uzo fouled at midcourt. Contact with Dalmeida. I think that's really, you know, when they have the post-mortem, Lloyd, that's what they need to do. They need to look back at that sequence. I mean, you want to run the shot, you'd like to run the shot clock down or the game clock so Nigeria don't have a chance. But they didn't do anything. It was almost as if they weren't cognizant of the fact that Nigeria had fouls to give.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in the end, they settled for a desperation 3 from Mendy.
And that's why Will Voigt is here. You know, Will Voigt has been brought in to coach his team. I think he's done a very good job there. You know, aware of time, aware of fouls.
8 points.
Yep.
The lead.
Why we had a stoppage there. Looks like we're going to get the floor wiped. But yeah, you know, he was aware of everything. Had his team organized, make sure they knew what they were doing. They came out of the timeout, they waited the perfect time, and then even in the last play, they still had 4 seconds to go, Senegal, for that final shot, and they just told Uzu to leave the man out of bounds, stop it getting into the hands of Jiang.
Jiang puts up another 3, and Alade Aminu, and Nigeria now looking really good. If they can close this thing out, and it looks like they will play for the AfroBasket title. Remember, they have never won it in their long history. They've made it to the podium, but they have never won the title.
Well, they've made it to the final before as well. The last time was back in 2003, so it's a long time. You know, 12 years ago for Nigeria, they made it to that final. Since they've made it to a final, and as you said, that last step has always
been too tough to take.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Angola have been the kings of African basketball for a couple of decades. Alade Aminu. So the final 15 seconds, tick off the clock here. Enjoy, misses. So Nigeria, 1 step away now from winning the title. Senegal will have to play for 3rd place here at the AfroBasket. They know they will at least be at a FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. Their Olympic hopes haven't died, but you can't help but think that if you're a fan of Senegalese basketball, you have let a golden opportunity slip away here. On the other hand, Nigeria did just enough to get through, and they will now take on the winner of Tunisia and Angola in the final. Nigeria win it 88-79.
Well, the statistics show that Nigeria made 10 threes and Senegal 11, but in overtime, the 3-point shot was the difference. Champaguchi stepping up. When Nigeria needed him the most, he came through. And for Senegal, you know, were the minutes in the legs just too much for them in overtime?
Well, you can't ask for more than an overtime classic in the first one. Although Nigeria did win it pretty comfortably in the end in the OT. They march on to the final. Senegal will play the loser of Angola-Tunisia tomorrow for 3rd place here in Tunisia. Be sure to watch the next semifinal here from Rades. One final time. Nigeria win it to make to the championship game of AfroBasket 2015, 88-79 over Senegal.